still crooked. Time.
8:04. 4 minutes off. We were supposed to start the New Year's off right and be on at 8.
People don't know what just happened, though. We almost did it. We had 1 minute to spare. I even put a description as no time for a description. We're going to be on time. First one of the New Year's. And then...
It almost happened.
But it didn't. Because we went to put the phone in the little tripod and it was all like wiggling all over and it was falling over and we would have been sideways. So we elected to stop, edit the description, and while I was doing that, Heather was working on the tripod, which still looks very crooked to me. But we're going to make it work.
Hi, Sherry, and John, and Lauren.
So,
hi, Donna.
Happy New Year, everyone.
Yes.
It's not
you
too
can
late
still
to
say it.
You
yes,
can.
It's only the 5th.
Yes.
Hi, Trish.
So, hello from all over the place.
Okay, sorry.
Go ahead. Say hello.
Hi, Jill. Hi, Diane.
Keep
hi,
going.
Carla.
Faster.
Lauren. Hi.
Diane, almost. Yes, we
Jim.
almost. The day we're on time, people are going to be so excited.
Oh, boy.
No, you know what's going to happen when we're on time? No one's going to be tuned in yet.
Well, right, because they're going to keep waiting for us. Oh, yeah, they're never on until quarter after.
Yes, so 8 o'clock is go get your cup of tea time and get ready for the entertainment.
Which could happen tonight.
Yes, it really could happen. But we did a lot of talking. We're going to talk about a lot of cool stuff tonight, I think.
Great. I'm glad. I'll watch with people while you talk.
No, I would like that you talk too.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Well, I don't know what we're talking about, so.
Yes. Okay. But okay. So first of all, before we get mean people saying, "Who are you people?" and "What are you doing on my?" I almost said telephone. I'm so old. I'm so old. What are you doing in my cellular device? I'm Tim Kaufman.
I'm Heather Kaufman.
And together, no, that's not how we start. We run a page called Fat Man Rants. And together we have lost 290 pounds. But more importantly, we've regained our health. We live a healthy, happy, and active life on a whole food, plant-based lifestyle. And I always like to repeat that. Whole food, plant-based, because that's critical. That's the key. That's the key. It's in the food. The food you have to nourish to flourish.
Right.
And so we come to you guys on Sunday nights, very promptly at 8 o'clock, because we know that this is not that difficult. It's not that difficult. It's very simple. It's just eat real food. And we do this because we know that if we can do it,
you can too.
Yes. And we believe that. And that's why our crazy lives, we take time out to do this. And I was thinking today, I'm a little bit embarrassed of what we're going to be showing tonight.
I feel like we're a little crooked tonight.
We are very crooked, but as soon as I go to, I'm very afraid to. Hold on. Don't go anywhere, people. Hey, how are you guys doing on your New Year's resolutions? Is that better? I think that's better. Every time I tell people we're crooked on the screen, people say, no, you're not. So maybe it's just us.
So maybe
it's because you're so short. Anyways, how are you guys doing on your New Year's resolutions? Are you making healthy changes and taking steps in the right direction? You know?
Right. So put it in the comments if you want.
Yes.
Let us know how you're doing.
Let us know how you're doing. Let us know your successes. And celebrate the successes no matter how small they are.
And don't be too hard on yourself.
Yes. But be hard enough that you keep moving forward.
Right.
Yes. I think that's a balance. That I catch a lot of people sometimes want to be, well, it's okay because of this. And then they get this thing that we call excuse-itis.
Yes.
So don't be hard on yourself. Forgive yourself. But love yourself enough to get right back and take that next step.
Right.
Yes. So tell us where you're from. We'll know who you are if you tell us where you're from because your name pops up automatically. It's a beautiful thing.
Good for you, Lauren. I'm glad to hear that.
Yes, people are doing great. It's a great time of year. It's like a fresh start, and that doesn't mean that you can't decide to have a fresh start any single day of the year, but New Year's is a great marker because That's how I know exactly how long I've been plant-based. Give or take a year. So if you didn't join us last week, Heather informed me that it's 7 years and not 8 years, and that I can't do math.
Right.
Although I teach engineering and physics kind of stuff, I don't do math. But anyways, okay.
Yeah, let me just cut in real fast before I lose my
Move
thought.
over
And
towards Heather.
Vicky, that is great. She says she's going to start a meetup group at a community center by her, and that's up in Maine. So I'm so glad to hear that, Vicky. Good for you. I hope you get a lot of people to come out, and even if it's just one person that you can help, be there for them.
Yes. And was it Vicky?
Yes, Vicky.
And Vicky, when we started our meetup group, we made a decision that even if we sat there all alone, we were still going to do it. That would have been very weird. We never had to sit alone, though, Vicky, so someone will show up.
Yes.
And you'll be surprised that people tell other people, and before you know it, you think that you're all alone, and all of a sudden there's all these wonderful people like John and Val Hal that are gathered around you and make life better doing this, that you're not alone.
Yes, you can be there for each other. That's
Absolutely.
right.
And social media is great, but real people are great too.
Right.
Real people. So
being able to meet people is the best thing.
Yeah, and you know what we found is there's a whole, we never put I don't want to say rules, but we ask people to bring a dish that's meat, dairy free, and then we also list, if people are doing this, it's also good to list poultry and fish, because some people don't associate that with meat. I don't know why. Or eggs, like they don't associate that. So we ask that it's animal product free. And then we ask that it's no oil and no processed sugar or refined sugars, and keep it as whole as you possibly can. And then if people don't know what to bring, we tell them to bring a bag of apples or some oranges or
some veggies.
Some veggies, whatever. But what we found is by not giving people, like, you bring dessert, there's such a great mix every time. You never know what you're going to get, and it's all awesome food. Right. And people bring the recipe, so you can take a picture of the recipe, and if you like something, you can make it at home. But the food is always delicious.
Yes, very delicious. Speaking of food, why don't you get cooking?
Yes, I got to get cracking. I just got, it's buffalo, and it's actually unseasonably, I wouldn't call it warm, but it's been in the 50s, which is, the high of 50s. So I came downstairs and I have shorts on, but still the hoodie. That's Buffalo's favorite outfit, is shorts and a hoodie.
Yes, and now it's snowing again.
Yes, and I just heard a snowplow come, but I will still wear shorts and a hoodie. Okay, let's get crack-a-lackin'.
All right.
Yes. But I will talk afterwards.
Right.
If it works. If it doesn't work, I'm out of here.
So let's see what you're going to make tonight.
So we've talked about this extensively. Did you flip it?
Not yet. I'm gonna.
Well, let's do it. Let's go.
Nope.
Now you probably zoomed right in on me. It's still, it feels very dark in here.
I know.
It seems very dark to me. Okay, so here's what we did. Let's move our teas out of the way.
All right.
So here's what happened. I actually had no idea what I was going to make tonight, and on the way home, it hit me. So if you don't know, we have a plant-based cafe that we started a few weeks ago, and so we had some leftover food. So I brought this rice home. It was just kind of nothing fancy. It's just a blend of brown rice and a few vegetables in there. Not really a stir fry, but we put this on our bowls with greens and fresh vegetables and all that kind of thing. So this is what here, let me open the other one. And then also, what I did, Heather has what they call a sandwich station. And that's where we keep all the fresh vegetables and all that stuff that we top the salad. So if you take a look at these two, this is really weird. I have leftover rice, and then inside here is some greens, some tomatoes. I see a green bean in there. I see some corn, a few black beans. What else you see in there, Heather? Oh, there's a jalapeno hanging in there. Some onions. So okay, you can back out now.
Hi, Josh.
So listen. So this looks like a mess. It looks like a mess. But it's actually delicious food, and I don't want to waste it. It's a hodgepodge of everything. I just went through a little station and just dumped everything in. And this came from the Instapot. And so here's what we're going to do with this. And I know it's going to work. I have 100% confidence this is going to work. But you could, I suppose, like if I was going to work, I would totally eat this just like it is. And that would be very satisfying to me. And I know Heather would eat some of this rice too. But I'm going to show you how to do 3 different things with 2 things that most people would kind of turn their nose up and say, you leftovers. So the first thing we're going to do is get a bowl out. I'm going to take my rice. I'm actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I don't need all this, but whatever. I take my rice, and then here's my vegetables. So I want to show people what this looks like. Can you zoom in here one more time? So that's what it looks like. I have really coarsely diced onions. There's a few spinach leaves in there. There's there's a jalapeno hanging in there. And this is just a hodgepodge of whatever. Now, we could stir this up, heat it up, and it will be delicious, I promise. But I want to show you how to take this simple kind of mix. I'm going to mix this up super, 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 super good. And I want to show you how to turn this into 3 different things. So right now, it's kind of a neutral kind of spice, and that's why I picked this. So the first thing I want to do, I took some oats. These are just old-fashioned oats, and I ground them up ahead of time. Okay, who am I kidding? We had these from the shop too. I didn't do anything ahead of time. But we had these from the shop, so I decided this is just oat flour that we make out of these oats. And what I'm going to do, notice, I'm totally not measuring today, and I'm doing it on purpose so everyone can yell, everyone can message us saying, why doesn't he measure? Stop measuring, just watch. I don't know, this is going to be, I'm going to put probably almost a cup of these oats in here. Okay, that was at least a cup. So now, when I start mixing all this stuff together, watch what's going to happen. Even though it's not going to happen. So I'm coating this all up. And it's starting to get kind of dry a little bit. And I'm going to keep going. I have a little bit bigger vegetables than I normally would use. But, can we show people what that looks like? So, it's kind of on the dry side. But if you keep working it, you know, you're not going to show them?
I did. I just did.
If you keep working this stuff around, it's starting to almost get like doughy. And so I'm really kind of breaking up some of the vegetables to get some of the moisture out of them. I'm doing this for a couple of reasons. One, those onions are kind of big, and I'm trying to kind of break them up a little bit. But if you look, see how this is starting to get really...
Every time I back away, you tell me.
It's like cardio. It's starting to get kind of doughy-like, right? All right. So that's what I'm looking for. This kind of like, I could make it stick to the spoon kind of thing. Okay, so now we have this. All we did was take 2 piles of leftovers, one side veggies / beans, the other side rice / whatever else was in there. And I just kind of made a doughy kind of substance. Now, we're going to get super fancy here. I have 3 bowls. They're all the same bowls, actually. They're lovely bowls. And just for today, you could do any one of these things with all this, and you could actually make quite a bit of food. But just to show you a little magic trick, I'm going to split this up into exactly 3 equal portions. I have no idea if it's equal. All right, so I have 3 bowls. No idea if it's equal, nor do I really care. Here's my 3 bowls. So zoom in. There you go, 3 bowls. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take these 3 things, came from the same leftovers, we're going to make 3 totally different things out of them. I hope. The first thing I want to do is just make a normal, regular old garden patty, like a garden burger, okay? We love burgers.
Oh, we love them, all right.
We do. We love burgers. So, here, people are going to complain, so, can't do that. Teaspoon. Yes, teaspoon. We'll use teaspoons tonight. So I have some marjoram right here, and I'm taking a big old heaper, You could put parsley in there. This has more of a lemony kind of zip to it. I have some minced garlic. Go a little bit easy on this. I'm going to put a couple little sprinkles in there, right? And then I have some garlic powder. And, of course, there's no top on it, so I'm just using a little shake. That's it. I would put onion powder in here. So this is my first season. We'll call this just a plain old garden burger. And now I'm going to start mixing my spices in, kind of work that around. And here is the biggest takeaway from tonight for all these. Woo, that smells very garlicky, but that's okay. We like a good garlic garden burger. Here's the trick right here. I'm going to get my hands a little bit wet when I make these. My hands are a little bit wet, and I'm going to grab some of this mix that I made. And see, my hands are wet, so it won't stick to it. First, I make a snowball. We do that good in Buffalo. I make a snowball, right? And I'm going to make a patty just like that. Okay? There it is. Show them that.
Hi, Faye.
Patty. That's a patty right there. See how good that sticks together? We could play catch with it. Oh, I just got the look. You guys didn't see that. So here is my burger. It's a lovely burger. That's going to go in the air fryer in a minute. Okay? So there's a garden.
It is in the air fryer.
Yeah, well, it's going to get actually turned on.
Okay.
Okay. I'll make a his and hers. I'll make a mini patty for you.
Okay, that's good.
All right. See that big old onion home. All right, so here's a burger. That one's done. The garden one is done. Okay? I'm going to just rinse off my hands. Not make a mess at all. Okay. The next thing I'm going to do with this one is we're going to go Italian on this. And what we're going to do is we're going to make some meatballs out of this.
Ooh.
Meatballs. You didn't even know we were doing this, did you?
No.
All right. I have some Italian seasoning here, and all Italian seasoning is parsley, basil, oregano. So I'm going to take a good old teaspoon of that. So I get some nice Italian spices in there. And of course, since it's Italian, you got to have some garlic in there as well. Now I could do some dried tomatoes, or if I had some tomato puree or paste, I could put a little spoonful of that in here. But basically, now that's going to take on a very Italian with all that basil and good stuff in there. And I'm going to mash this around, work those spices in. Oh wait, if you want, I feel like nutritional yeast also goes with some Italian. Just give that a little Parmesan taste to it. And I'm going to work this around. And this is going to take on that whole, I put quite a few spices in here. So it's going to take on a whole different taste.
Jill says she's eating our veggie burgers right now that she had in the freezer.
Nice. See,
she had made them.
You can just make them at home, right,
That's
Heather?
what she did. Yep, you can make them at home.
Make them at home. Saves us a lot of work. Okay, next, what I'm going to do. Now this time I'm not taking quite as much. This burger looks garbage. But I'm going to take this and I'm making a smaller snowball. It's a kid-sized snowball. And I'm just going to roll this up. Again, I just put some water on my hands so they're nice and wet. Look at that. Look at that. See how nice that is? There's a meatball, a no meatball. And I'll talk to you a little bit more when these come out. So, okay. So here's my two meatballs. You can smell the basil, the oregano, and the parsley. It came from the same stuff, but I have meatballs here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop this in with filthy hands. And I'm going to put this on at 400. We always turn everything all the way up to about 15 minutes. Boom. That should be great. While that's cooking, I'm going to make our third item. Well, I feel like I'm on like The Price is Right. And for item number 3.
Can I win a prize?
No. The prize is meatballs when you're done. Okay, the next one. Here we go. I didn't forget what this was. This is actually going to be like a Mexican taco filling or taco meat. So we have a hamburger, meatballs, and now taco meat. All from the same leftovers. They may have got thrown out. we rescued these. Here we go. First item is some cumin. Now, I'm not really crazy about this, so I'm just going to give it a little dusting. Not much, just a little dusting.
Hi, Liz and Julie.
Next thing, I have some chili powder. That I'm going to use a little bit more. I like a lot of chili powder in there. That's going to give it a really nice taste. It's going to taste very Mexican. The next thing, I have a little smoked paprika because I want a little smoky and a little bit of heat. All right? And lastly, this will get me in trouble. I have some red pepper. I keep my red pepper in a big container because I use a lot. And I'm just going to put a bit of a dash, just a bit. Or
That's
else I'll get in
yours.
trouble with the boss.
Well, you can have that.
So, did I lose my spoon?
Hi, Sandy.
Did I lose my spoon?
I don't know if you ever got it out.
Got it right here.
Oh, you did.
So, now look, show people this, because this is, look how lovely. You got some nice red and brown color in there. And this, can you smell? Tell them what this smells like, Heather.
It smells
It
delicious.
smells lovely. It smells like tacos.
Right.
All right. So this, I'm just working this in. The good news about this is I do not have to get my hands wet for this because it won't stick to my hands because it's not going into patties. We're going to make some taco filling out of it. So all I'm going to do with this is come over to my pan, which I had on a long time ago. I'm going to use this today. And I'm just going to take this whole thing, I'm going to throw it in my pan, and then what I'm going to do is kind of flatten it out a bit and let that start. Oh, there's a jalapeno in there. That'll be great.
Oh.
All right, so I'm kind of spreading that out in my pan. I don't want it really thick. And then we're ready to talk. So let's flip the camera back around.
Oh, I thought you were going to say we're ready to eat.
We're not
I
ready
gotta
to
wait.
eat because you're going to flip the
Have to
camera back
wait.
around.
All right. Whoa.
There you are. I'm
Here
going
we
to do
are.
a little switcheroo on this.
Now we got our seats all messed up.
We got our taco meat going.
Sorry about that.
Where are you off to?
I was trying.
What?
Oh.
Why are you spinning in circles? Her little bar stool is spinning in circles.
All right.
Oh, okay. So here's what we did. We took 2 buckets of leftover stuff. Let's say we rescued it. We did a lovely deed. We rescued some leftover stuff. Then we mix it together, which had just kind of a base seasoning to it, whatever we had at the shop. And we don't use any oil. I don't believe there was any salt in that stuff either.
Right.
And then we split that up into 3 sections after we mixed some oat flour in it. And then we took basil, oregano, and parsley, and some garlic powder. Made some meatballs out of that. And then we took just some minced garlic, some onion powder, garlic powder, and made a garden burger out of that. And then lastly, we mixed some smoked paprika, some cumin, chili powder, and a little cayenne. And I just...
Smoke.
Yeah, smoked paprika. And I just have that on the pan right now, which will burn kind of quick. So I'm going to keep an eye on it. But I just kind of press that in my little non-stick pan, no oil or anything. There's not even water in there. And I'm going to kind of crisp that up, and I'll show you what it looks like. It should look great if it doesn't start on fire.
Let's hope it doesn't.
It won't. So I used the air fryer tonight, and that's at 400. At about 15 minutes, and I think that'll be sufficient. The meatballs will probably get done before the burger, but I'm going to tell you why I overcooked the meatballs on purpose in a moment, and the taco meat should be great. But it reminded me, when I thought about this coming home, it kind of reminded me of my dad. And so I want to tell you a story about my dad, who passed away over 10 years ago. As soon as I go flip this taco meat.
All right.
Should we stop saying meat?
It's not meat.
What
It's
do you-
taco.
Taco filling?
Taco filling. Yep. That sounds good. Taco filling. And no meatballs. And garden burgers.
Actually,
Garden veggie burgers.
the next time I flip that, I want to show people
Want to
how.
show them it?
Yeah. So Let me see if I can blurt these couple sentences out, and then I want to actually show you what's happening in that pan. So when people tell you need oil, you can tell them they're full of crap. But
Right.
my dad, so my dad was an amazing guy. He was a huge influence on my life, and he was a jack of all trades. He could do anything. He was a great carpenter, great mechanic. He could build anything. He was a great problem solver. And so on the way home, I remembered I had a conversation at the shop this weekend, and the lady said, "I wish I could cook." And I'm like, or I wish I could be as creative and cook as well as you. And I said, I'm really not. And I said, I'm actually desperate. And it reminded me of something my father said a long time ago. This guy, my dad had to change a transmission in the car. And I can remember one of his buddies was over and say, "Man," he said, "Jesse, I wish I was so talented as you. Like, you can just take a car apart and put it back together." He said, "I wish I was that talented and skilled." And my dad looked at him and goes, "I'm not talented and skilled. I'm just desperate." And, it was, looking back as a kid, I had no clue what he's talking about, but what he meant was he didn't have money to pay a mechanic to do the transmission change. So he did it himself, and he was desperate. So he figured out a way to do it. And I really feel like this whole cooking thing, it's not this creative talent or, you're just born with this inspiration to create food. It's you're desperate, right? I can't get food anywhere else. I have to get it somewhere. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Now, why aren't you desperate, Mrs. Fat Man Rants?
Because you do the cooking.
Yes! All right, can you flip that camera so
Yeah.
we can show our friends what this looks like? So I just want to show you, can we get under the light, how, people, look at this. It's coming right off. It's not sticking at all, is it? Look at that. It's lovely. Look at how beautiful that is. Could you tell them how beautiful it is, Heather?
It's beautiful and it smells wonderful.
It really does. It really. Look at all. There's celery in there too. I forgot about the celery. There's a couple green beans in there, but it really took on the flavor of, or at least the smell, of the taco-ish smell. So I just wanted to share that with you guys that, sometimes people wait their whole life to be creative or figure out how to do something. And I can remember when my son moved out, and I know he doesn't watch this, so I can talk about him. But and I think all kids, like, they move out and they come back. Oh, I moved out, but I need this. And what I always told you, I said, desperate kids will work hard, and when you're hungry, you'll work. And so I think that's true in the plant-based realm. If we want it bad enough, like if we're desperate enough that we want to change, you will figure out how to do it. You don't have to be a creative cook. In fact, my goal is when we show people how to do stuff, there's a ton of people that do recipes. There's all sort of YouTube bloggers. They're all fancy and they have nice dishes and all that. Let's do this. Let's cook some leftovers together. And I appreciate all my friends out there. I have a lot of close friends that YouTube videos, and I can't even give the whole list because I don't want to tick anyone off that I didn't include. I know at least 20 people that are just killing it, putting plant-based recipes out. But look at, sometimes we get so hung up on it that we get home, we don't have a recipe, we don't have stuff in the fridge, we'll eat crap. So let's learn how to be desperate. Let's learn how to be desperate, and if you have to figure something out with 2 raw potatoes and some spices, then you freaking do it.
Potatoes are wonderful.
They are. They're hard to
They are a
screw up.
lifesaver for people that don't know how to cook or need to have a recipe to
Yes.
follow.
Yes. Okay, so I think our taco meat is
Okay.
actually almost done.
Yeah, because we don't want it to burn.
Yeah. Well, I
Yeah.
kind of. So stay right there.
All right.
Tell everyone a cool story.
I'm making him get this taco meat out so it doesn't burn in the pan.
No, I think we're
too
still
long.
good. I just.
All right.
I want to get it crumbly.
Because then I have to clean it up.
I want to get it.
But it
crumbly.
shouldn't stick, anyways.
Yeah, this is actually not a very good pan either.
That's not a good pan. We get we
I-
have Ecolution, I believe it's called, and am I
Yes.
correct in saying
Yeah,
that?
Ecolution.
This one, we just
Yeah, but I heard
Not
I'm
the best.
gonna invest. I was hoping Santa would bring me some, but I forgot to tell Santa I wanted them. But I heard these scan pans are all the rave right now. So Yeah. So Scan Pan. They're a little bit pricey, so I'm saving up my allowance to get some.
Good, you save your allowance.
Yes. So I hope the Desperation talk made sense, because I think about it a lot. You know, I'm thinking about it right now with training. You know, I keep telling myself, well, my ankle's so jacked up, but I just got off the bike a little while ago, which is why I'm in shorts, and I climbed like almost 1,000 feet on my bike. So, you know, I'm desperate. I'm desperate because I want to get better, and I'm desperate enough that I'm gonna figure out how to get it done. And I think I've been rolling so long with this that I forgot what it's like to be on the couch and not be able to walk out the door. I need to get that desperate idea back that'll make me figure out how to do something. So I think it's a good plan for everyone to be desperate. And if you're desperate enough, the details won't matter. It's just you will laser beam focus on your mission, and you'll figure out a way to get it done.
Why do you use oat? Why is oat flour your flour of choice?
Because I'm cheap and it's easy. And we have massive amounts of oats. We buy oats 600 pounds at a time. So we have oats everywhere. Every cupboard in our house has oats in it. No, we buy a massive amount of oats. I love oats. I think they're super versatile. We use them for muffins. We use them for flour. You're not going to get like a crazy rising bread out of oat flour, but it's a good staple. We always have oats on hand because we love oatmeal. And it's just, I mean...
That's just what we like.
And if you can find a cheaper whole grain flour I can make at home, maybe rice flour, maybe. But I just like oat flour. Yeah.
All right.
Oh, okay. So we got 3 minutes. So why don't we wait for 2 minutes, and then we can show people how lovely this turned out. And
yes,
we should be able to pop that stuff out the air fryer.
Everything will be done at once.
Yes.
And we will have a lot of leftovers for tomorrow.
What we actually did is make 3 leftovers out of 1 leftover, and we still have leftovers.
Yep.
But it's okay because someone will eat them.
Yes.
I'm sure of it. We could have done a million different things with that. It just hit me on the way home that if you want to, you can be versatile with this whole thing.
Right.
Yes. And another thing that we should know is we know that timer's only been on 15 minutes, so that if I didn't have to talk people through that, that's literally a 3-minute prep, 15 minutes in the pan or the fryer, boom, dinner's done. So there's no excuses. I guarantee you I can make a whole food, plant-based dinner faster than you can order takeout and get it back here, and I can do it cheaper.
Yes.
So when people say it's too hard, it's bullcrap. When they say it costs too much, it's bullcrap. If people are honest and say they don't want to do it, I'm cool with that. But don't make excuses.
Something with the sound tonight?
Yes. Your lips are not moving the same. It might not be us. Because we look lovely, and I think our Wi-Fi is cranking. We have super fast Wi-Fi. But... looks fine for me. Yeah, so I'm gonna guess if our lips are like an old movie with subtitles, it's probably maybe your Wi-Fi or maybe your 4G or whatever you have. Okay, guess what it's time for?
Time to eat.
We should have had little corn taco shells and really decked these out, but you had no idea what we were doing.
Right.
And neither did I.
Do you have any in the fridge?
I don't think so.
Aww.
I think we took them to the shop.
Hi, Vanessa.
Okay. Let's do this.
All right. Sounds good.
Let's get the flip-flop going.
All right. Okay. There we go. Whoa.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Took everybody for a ride.
That's all right. They woke them up because we're back. Okay, so look it. Here's what we're going to do. The first thing I'm going to show you is this. This is our taco. Look at that. Look. Here's our taco meat. All right.
Can we see the pan?
No, the pan's garbage. Oh, the pan?
Yes.
Yeah.
See?
Nothing stuck. I think
Nothing
that's
stuck.
nothing
That's what
stuck.
I was
Look at okay. Look at.
hoping for.
Look at how lovely. Just look at
There's some
this.
taco
Little,
meat.
Little charring
filling.
action.
Taco filling.
Oh, smell that! Smell this. It's so delicious. It's so delicious. Oh man. Okay. Next, I know everyone wants to see what's in the air fryer. Hold on. I'll take them out.
All
There's
right.
a meatball. Another meatball. Wait for it. Look at this burger. Boom. Boom.
There you go.
So check it out. Hold on. Don't go anywhere. Leave them right there.
All right.
We're going to get a knife. Now look it. This is the taco meat. Nice and crispy. A little, hear that? Little crunch to it. Here's the burger. Listen. Hear that? A nice hard crisp. Now look at inside. It's going to be beautiful. Look at that. Look at. Same with the meatballs. The meatballs. Same. Hear that? Oh, here comes the dog. The dog smells it. Look at that. Look at how nice. Look at that. It's like magic. That's what we should have called this. Not desperation. This is straight up magic here.
Yes.
So there you go. You got some taco meat. You got a burger, and you got 2 meatballs. 3 different ethnic foods. Whatever you're into, whatever you like, or a variety pack. We do it all here. Oh, the dog is going crazy. Do you think he wants the tacos, the meatballs, or the burger?
Probably all of it.
Yeah, I think he would not be very fussy.
And I think you need to move the plate a little closer to you in case he comes wandering by.
We're gonna move the plate in case the dog jumps up on the table. But look at they. I honestly had no clue what we were doing until about an hour ago. And it's that easy. It's that easy. I mean, this is can I talk a little bit about the meatball?
Yes. Well, first, I was just thinking, you had this dish of rice, and then you had all those veggies where, like, I would have never thought to do all 3 of those things. I would have just, just ate the rice and just ate the veggies. But that really is kind of neat that you made all 3 of those.
Are you complimenting me?
Yeah, I'm complimenting you tonight.
So I never even told Heather what I was doing. I just looked in the fridge and I'm like, oh, we have been having a problem because we have not grocery shopped in like 3 weeks.
We had to.
But all we do is grocery shop. It's kind of weird. We shop for the cafe with massive amounts of food coming in the back of our truck. We kind of forget to make food here.
And that's why we bring the leftovers home.
Yes, so we bring the leftovers home. Whatever doesn't
it is.
sell,
Yeah.
we bring it home, and that's what we eat. I guess is one of the advantages of only cooking and serving food that you eat. So I want to talk a little bit about this meatball. It's a very hearty meatball. Oh, there goes the dog. Heard that hit the floor. Dang it, Brucey.
All right.
So this meatball. I kind of overcooked them on purpose, and here's why. If you were to put this in a marinara sauce, and let it sit, it's probably going to break down and melt into the sauce. I've had this happen before. So here's what I do. I make a bunch of these. So probably not exactly like this with leftovers, but I make a bunch of these, and then he's gonna get that meatball. We should give him a little taste. Here, Bubba. Oh, he got it. Nope, he missed it. He has a funny mouth. It's very wrinkly. Can we show him?
I don't care.
All right, well, let's show Brucey. Brucey. Oh, he's on to more crumbs. But, now he's getting all excited. Oh, dude, there's a lot of people watching us. Bruce,
Okay,
go away.
Go on. Go lay down.
So listen. He got his taco meat. Now he wants more. Oh, yeah.
No
Okay,
more.
so wait. Let me go back to the meatballs. So, these meatballs will fall apart in sauce if they're in the sauce too long. They're just going to absorb the liquid. But here's what I do with these. I cook these off. You can totally freeze them. I cook, a couple trays off at once. Put them back in the freezer if you want. And they're best even when they're cold. What I'll do is this. I'll make my marinara sauce if we're going to have spaghetti and meatballs, which is something that we have when we have company over. And then I have my sauce nice and hot. And right at the last minute before I serve my guests, I throw a few of the meatballs into the hot sauce. I kind of lap them around a little bit, and then I plate them on top of the noodles with a ladle of marinara sauce. And they're warm, and they keep their shape, and they keep that nice crispiness on the outside.
You could call them, I think somebody said call them veggie balls, too.
Veggie balls. I don't know. But I think they look delicious. And it didn't take long.
They taste delicious, too.
I'm sure.
Yes.
So, Wendy says, hello.
Hello, Wendy.
Yes. So listen, stay desperate, because desperate people may not be creative, but they can get the job done. Right. Stay desperate like my dad was. I mean, I think there's a really good lesson. It's funny, as we get older, our parents get smarter. Even then, when they're no longer with us, they continue to get smarter. It's funny how that works. And my dad was onto something there about staying desperate. And yeah, and Bruce is very desperate for some more taco meat. What's the matter, Brucey? Okay, so we're gonna let you guys go. I think this went well. We didn't start fires, and we made a very lovely food. That I feel like now we've butchered this stuff up so badly, but I want to show you one more time before we leave.
Hi, Eric.
There you go. We took a plate of leftovers. We made some taco meat. We made a burger that shouldn't be cut in half, and then we made a couple meatballs, and it was all just leftovers that maybe in other people's house would have went in the garbage. So,
right.
I think we did good.
We did.
Boom.
You did good.
We did good. We did good. Because I would have been later if it wasn't for you yelling at me to get down here and get ready. Okay.
I said we should stick the live. I was told him, if he doesn't hurry up and get moving, I'm turning the live on, and they're going to see how fast you're running around grabbing stuff.
She threatened me, but I got all the spices out. I knew exactly what I was doing. So listen. You guys are off to a great start on the New Year's resolutions. Keep it going. Just keep it going. Just one day. You don't have to worry about where you're going to be next year. You don't even have to worry about where you're going to be next week or tomorrow. You just worry about that next thing that you do, that next plate of food, that next little walk that you go for, that next decision to do something to make yourself better. Right? And even Bruce agrees. Don't you
agree,
Brucey?
Bruce? Tell them.
He agrees. He says, do your best and forget the rest. So, until next week, eat plants.
Move your body.
All you got to do is a little more than you did yesterday. We will see you guys next week.
Have a fantastic week.
Make it a great week. Bye-bye.